basically just lost $500. If I don't get this, if I don't hit this, and then that means I just lost $500. I'm about to withdraw 500. Another 500. Just lost 500. I can't afford this right now, bro.
Huh?
I don't even know how to cash out.
Huh?
So, I'm downtown Las Vegas. This is like $1,100. I'm about to deposit it. I started gambling compulsively, and I essentially lost all the money.
What did he
but
say?
I was lucky enough to get it back. Oh man, today was it was a lesson. It was a lesson that I didn't need to learn because I already made the mistake so many times.
So I'm not gonna lie, I honestly thought that Jumanne was gonna last a lot longer than he did. The dude relapsed. There's no other way to put it. But before we get into all that, I want to thank everybody that liked and subscribed to my previous video on this. It was my first video, and I do really appreciate everybody who interacts and engages with it. It means a lot. I wasn't expecting that many views on the video. It seems to be doing pretty good, and I'm just gonna try and keep that momentum with more content to come. So thank you so much, and let's get into it. So like I was saying before, I really thought that Jumanne was gonna last a whole lot longer than he did. I'm not subscribed to the guy. I don't believe in doing that, but I guess the YouTube algorithm had recommended his video to me, and you know, he's always live streaming and he's always posting these blogs or vlogs, right? And I was like, yo, let me go watch this, right? Because the title had me very intrigued. The title had me very intrigued for one particular reason. It was called Gambling in Las Vegas. You don't need to be a genius to understand why that's a problem for this guy. This is the same dude that gets on his live stream and makes his little vlogs or whatever, and basically gets all preachy about how he needs to do better, how he's gonna lock in, and he's quote unquote real life homeless. I mean, how do you opt into homelessness and then beg for sympathy online? It just doesn't make sense.
Find it in myself to, like, you know what I mean? I got one day left being in a hotel. After that, people been giving me a lot of advice on things I could do for shelter. But, you know, the biggest problem is my comfortability. I allow myself to be too comfortable where I don't want to do anything. So, you know, I came to Vegas homeless, kind of like, this is supposed to force me to be, you know, productive. But
I mean, seriously, what kind of idiot opts into homelessness voluntarily? You don't just get on a plane and move to a city you know nothing about. And one thing that really irks me about Jumanne, by the way, side note, is that he's always asking his viewers or fans or whoever, right, where stuff is. I mean, bro, you have a phone. Look it up, dude. Ever heard of Google Maps? Apple Maps? Any app with a map will literally do that for you. I hate when he's like live streaming and he's literally asking the audience like, yo, where's this at? Where's that at? Bro, look it up. It's not that hard.
But you know what? I think I'm just gonna, I don't know where I'm going right now.
So we're greeted with a scene where he's in the casino, right? And he's just looking so stupid. He's just like there with his, I guess, quote unquote friends. But these friends are, I guess, gambling influencers that he linked up with. This dude calls it networking. Yeah, he calls it networking. So I guess he, you know, it's all business or whatever. he's in the shots, right? Like in the video, you can clearly see that dude is like just watching these guys gamble, like some little ass boy at the casino with his mom and dad, right? And just kind of taking it in. But he clearly wants to, right? Like he clearly wants to partake. He clearly wants to engage with it. And then at some point he's like, fuck it. Like I'm finna gamble, you know, I'm being influenced. I'm gonna go cash out and I'm gonna gamble. Now, I do see from time to time that like people will tell him to play certain games, games where he has better odds. This guy would rather go and play roulette all day. And I did a little bit of research, and apparently the American version of roulette, the odds of winning are 37-1. So not the greatest of odds, you know, considering his predicament and his life right now. But I be seeing people like in his comment sections and just online in general telling him to go play like bubble craps, which apparently is a way better game and a lot easier to win consistently. He never wants to do anything different. He just wants to do what is comfortable for him. And like this is a core tenet of his personality. He's got all these influencers around him, you know, playing all these different games, and he just has to go back to roulette. That's the game he has to play. It's like his life is so chaotic and he has like no control over anything, but roulette is the one thing that he feels like he can control, even though he loses like majority of the time. So this idiot eventually ends up losing, I guess, a couple rounds of roulette, and then somehow is able to win all his money back. And that was enough to scare him, right? So he cashes out. He said, I got my money back and I'm done. But for some reason, he decides that he's going to continue gambling. I mean, I think this is just a really bad idea for him to be meeting up and networking with other gambling influencers. It's just a bad idea for this guy. Like, what's the point of this? You know, he clearly says that he came to Vegas to better himself, to motivate himself, to, you know, thug it out or whatever, but he's just doing the same shit he was doing in Rhode Island. So what's the point of all this?
Thank you. All right, we live. All right, so made one bet. One bet. Made $44. I'm done.
So this idiot ends up cashing out $500, loses it all, and then cashes out an additional $500. Now, I have no idea how this even happened.
You know, I was gambling with content creator friends that I met, and then it's nobody's fault, you know what I'm saying? I just got compulsive, and I started gambling, and I started cashing out everything from Venmo to PayPal to, that's 1100. I cashed out everything, Cash App, and I'm sorry, cause like so basically now that I got the money back, I'm about to go get a hotel. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go get a hotel for a few nights. But I just want to apologize to everybody that donated money to me. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was being compulsive, and you know, there's a lot. That money was for me to like, you know, survive. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just compulsively gambling, you know? So I already booked a hotel room.
So he almost loses $1,000, and I guess that's enough to scare him shitless, because he has some sort of come to Jesus moment, I guess, and realizes the error of his ways and decides, hey, I'm gonna deposit the money back into my account. This was a bad idea. I definitely relapsed. I shouldn't have even been in there. And it's so fucking weird how self-aware he is, yet he continues to make these choices. It's really like a weird thing with this guy. Like, he knows better, he understands better, but he always chooses worse, even when he knows what's going to happen. So at some point in the video, he ends up going back to the hotel room after that whole episode, and he does some reflection. I guess he's taking responsibility for it in his weird Jumanne way of doing that. Jumanne didn't really like the fact that some of the people in his comment section were coming for his fans that were donating, and some of them were donating pretty generously. I mean, this guy was getting hundreds of dollars sent his way, and for some reason he doesn't think, hey, I should be saving this money, I'm fucking homeless. Yeah, the guy has a bone to pick with the detractors, the people who have negative things to say about him. And he was talking all tough, like, you know, ain't nobody telling him nothing and he can do whatever he wants and he's gonna use this as a learning moment and he's not gonna have another relapse. Come on, Jumanne, bro. We all know what's gonna happen, man. I'm dubbing this the Jumanne cycle, okay? This is a consistent thing with this guy. You have to understand this. He cannot help himself.
I literally almost lost everything. So, you know, I don't know, man. I got a problem.
And it's so weird because he's self-aware. It's like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, usually when it comes to people like this, when you're talking about a locale, right? They're not exactly always self-aware. It's like they can't read the room, but for him, it really feels like he knows what he's doing, but he just can't help himself. And I think that's a bit more intense than, say, a locale that can't really read the room. You know what I mean? You know, people in his comment section have actually been calling this a vacation and not really homelessness. I mean, this guy actually said he was the richest homeless person in Las Vegas, that there were levels to homelessness and he wasn't a tunnel person.
People telling me to go into the tunnels. It's crazy. I'm homeless, but I ain't that kind of homeless, bro. There's levels to homelessness, bro. Like I'm like a rich homeless. You know what I'm saying? Tunnels is like a poor homeless, bro. I'm probably like one of the richest homeless people in Vegas right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm homeless, but I'm rich for a homeless person. So
what?
Y'all gotta stop telling me to go into them tunnels. Man? Yeah, I'm rich homeless, bro. There's levels to it. Go in a tent. Yeah, like I said, tent. That's like middle class, bro. Like, if you the richest homeless person in Vegas, then I didn't say I'm the richest homeless. I'm like one of the richest homeless people. Like,
hell no.
I'm one of the richest homeless people in Vegas.
I don't even have the words, to be honest with you. Jumanne's an idiot. It's very clear that he doesn't understand how ridiculous the situation that he put himself into is. This guy is just booking hotels and begging for money and walking the streets of Las Vegas, gambling it away. I mean, this is just a glorified vacation, if we're being honest. He's not homeless. And I feel like when the donos stop coming in and the YouTube monetization isn't enough to really support him out there in the streets, he's gonna head back home to Rhode Island real quick. But enough of Jumanne. I've had enough of this guy. I mean, he is just an actual idiot and a moron. And I kind of feel bad, but then when he posts stuff like this, it just goes out the window. I mean, the guy understands what he's doing. You know, he isn't like helpless in that sense, you know. He just gives into his impulses and just does whatever, and then begs for money online and thinks like it's a flex when he gets donos. It's odd, in my opinion, and I think he really needs to like sit down and reflect. But thank you so much for watching the video. If you were able to watch the whole thing through, I really appreciate you. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I am gonna, do something different for the next one. Step away from Jumanne. I will continue to cover him. But yeah, I need to do something else for my next video, so be on the lookout for that. And if you guys like the content, please stick around, show some love and subscribe to the channel. And I'm looking forward to reading all your comments, and I appreciate all the love. So thank you guys.